Hello Holts beauty lovers, I'm Jamie Paige and I'm sitting here at Hold Renfrew Ogilvy's in this beautiful space, and I'm going to be sharing with you two of my go-to routines. These tousled waves, which are really fun and really casual, as well as my curly hair routine and how I actually enhance my natural curls. And all the products that I'll be using today, of course, can be found at Hold Renfrew. So we got a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. So the first style that I'm going to share with you guys are my loose waves. This is one of my go-tos because it's really quick, really easy, and it honestly doesn't even take that much effort as long as you're using the right products, because prep and products really are key for any hair look. It can make or break it. Now I do have naturally very curly hair, so if I am going for waves, then it is a must for me to first blow out my hair and get my hair looking at least a little bit straight. So last night I did wash my hair and I used the Sacha Wand moisturizing shampoo and the Orbe Glaze for Beautiful Color. My main focus when I am washing my hair is to use products that are really moisturizing and that will also make my color look really good. Red hair is not my natural color, believe it or not. The Orbe Glaze for Beautiful Color is a must. It's an in-shower treatment that you put in your hair for like 3 to 5 minutes, and it just adds so much beautiful shine. And then before blow drying my hair, I put in some of the Orbe Tray Set Structure Spray. This stuff is magical if you want to add texture and volume to your hair. It's essentially a mousse. I'll show you the texture. So that's what it looks like, and you put this in your hair when it's damp. If you find that your hair doesn't hold texture and volume, this stuff is a must. It adds a little bit of grit to the hair, so whatever volume you add to your hair when you're blow drying it or when you're styling it, it's going to hold a lot better with this. Now it's time to make the wave, so I'm going to first section off my hair. Remember, before applying any type of heat to your hair, you want to put in a heat protectant. I'm going to be using the Hair Ritual by Sicily, the Cream 230. And instead of putting this throughout my entire head right off the bat, I'm going to work it in section by section. That way I'm making sure that my hair actually gets coated with the product. So I'm gonna be using a straightener to get my waves and not a curling iron, because I do find that it gives the most natural looking effect. And I'm gonna be using the GHD Platinum Plus. I'm gonna hold the straightener vertically, and I'm actually just gonna first straighten out my root because, like I said, I have curly hair and I wanna make sure that it's nice and smooth. So I'm clamping onto the hair and then I'm going to twist it. And as I'm twisting it, I'm bringing it down the hair and letting it go. I'm almost acting as if this is a curling iron, but instead of it giving me a ringlet, it's giving me a bend in the hair, which is just a little bit more natural looking and a little bit more relaxed. Clamping onto the hair, twist, pull, twist, pull, twist, and then let it go. And after I let it go, I kind of pull on the curl just a little bit to loosen it up even more. And I do like to make sure that when I am curling the hair, that I'm always curling it away from the face. So on the left side of my face, I'm twisting the iron to the left, and then on the right side of my face, I'm twisting the iron to the right. The plates on the GHD are also really smooth, so it really allows you to go down the hair smoothly and it doesn't snag or tug, which is really key, especially for this technique. After I've done one section, I do not touch the waves at all. I do not want to manipulate them. I don't want to start brushing them through. I want to let them cool completely, and then at the end we're going to go in with the comb, but for now do not touch the waves. Okay, we're going to let down the next section, and I section this off normally right about where my brows are. Going back in with the heat protector and just putting that through the hair that has not yet been waved. I would say the top layer is arguably the most important, so you definitely want to finesse this one just a little bit more than perhaps the other layers. Okay, it's at this stage where you may be second guessing everything because the waves don't look great before brushing them out and adding a little bit more product. So you gotta trust the process here. I promise it will all come together. Okay, so now that everything is cooled down, I'm going to take some hairspray. This is the Sacha Wand Light and Flexible Hairspray, and I'm gonna spray this everywhere. And then I take my wide tooth comb, this one's from Orbe, and I'm just going to very lightly start to separate the hair, very lightly. Now you could totally stop it here, but I am going to take it one step further and add not just one, but 2 more products to my hair, because I find that it really just adds that little bit of extra oomph and that little bit of extra texture that I really look for with my messy waves. First product that I'm going to put in is the Sacha Wand Ocean Mist Hair Cream. This product is really interesting. It's a cream and it gives a really texturized and kind of gritty texture to the hair, which is really perfect for tousled waves. It's gonna give you that separation. So I'm using a tiny little amount, and I'm only gonna put this from my mid legs down. I'm not gonna touch this at my root. And I'm just going to kind of scrunch the product into the hair. And then I'll even just very lightly rub my hair between my hands. And you see how it gives this like texturized and piecey finish at the ends of the hair? That's what I'm looking for. This is probably one of my all-time favorite hair products. It's the Orbe Dry Texturizing Spray. And not only does it add that pieciness and texture, but it also adds some pretty good volume too. So we use the Ocean Mist hair cream at the ends. We're gonna use this at the roots. So I just lift my hair up a little bit from the root, and then I just give it a couple spritzes and let it fall into the spray. Need I say more? It's also really nice to add a little bit to the bangs, just to give them some volume too. You see what I'm talking about? Like, look at this side compared to this side. This side looks great, but this side looks greater. I find it so funny that I'm really going for a very natural, undone look, but yet it does take quite a bit of effort to get there. But I'm fine with it, especially when I'm able to get this type of a result. This also lasts really well. There is a lot of product in the hair right now that gives a lot of hold. 3 different texturizers and a hairspray. So this is really going to keep the oomph over the next few days. So now it is time to get into my curly hair routine. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I have spent so much time trying to perfect this routine because if you have curls, then you know that they can be really finicky and kind of hard to find that perfect formula for, and these products just work beautifully for my curls. I did just wash my hair. I used the Sasha One moisturizing conditioner and shampoo. You do want to make sure that your hair is pretty soaking wet before starting this routine. So I do actually have a spray bottle here with some water just to re-dampen my hair, because even as I'm talking, I feel like it's getting a little bit too dry. So for my curls, I always use both a cream and a gel, and I always start off with the cream. So this is the Orbe Styling Butter. Cream is gonna help add that hydration, moisture. It's also gonna define and add some shine. And I'm gonna use quite a bit of this stuff. When I first started my curl journey, I realized that I was never using enough product for my curls. And you actually want to use more product than you think, because the product really does a lot of the work for you, and so you don't want to be shy with it. This looks insane, I know, but this is the amount of product that I use for my curls. So when applying this, I'm just raking it through from root to tip. Listen to this. That's the sound you want to hear. Now that that's applied, I'm gonna go in with the Orbe Curl Glass, and this is also going to give more hydration, but mostly that hold that I'm looking for. Taking about 2 tablespoons of product and doing the same thing and just raking that through the hair. So now I'm taking a wide tooth comb and I am combing through my hair just so that all the product is evenly distributed. This next step is probably the most important step in the entire routine, and that is twisting the hair. By twisting the hair, we are reforming the curls and just kind of encouraging them to dry how we twist them. So you're basically going to be making a twirling motion with your fingers. Take a strand of hair, smooth it out, take one finger at the top, another finger at the bottom, make sure they're touching, and then you want to make that twirling motion and bring the strand up towards the root and then drop it by twirling the hair. And then this is going to give me a nice bouncy curl. So I'm going to repeat this process throughout my entire head. And yes, it does take some time. Now that it's all twisted, I'm going to diffuse my hair. This is another thing that I never used to do, but it makes such a huge difference. When you diffuse the hair versus just letting it air dry, it creates so much more volume. So I'm using my Dyson blow dryer with the diffuser attachment, and I'm just gonna make sure that the heat setting is at either the lowest or the medium setting. I don't want it to be too high because I find too much heat actually makes my hair a little bit frizzier. And as far as the technique that I use for diffusing, I just kind of let my curls drop to the side. I focus on my root first, and once that's about 80% dry, then I'll go in and focus on the ends. So the next step is to fluff things up, get more volume, and start to separate the curls. So now I'm gonna go in with an oil. This is the Hair Ritual by Sisley Precious Hair Care Oil, and I'm going to put couple pumps of this in my hands. So the oil is going to do a couple things. It's going to help avoid any frizziness while I'm breaking apart my curls. It's also going to help to get rid of any crunchiness that may have developed from the other products that I use, because that can definitely happen, especially with gel. And then it's also going to add some extra shine, which never ever hurts. So I'm going through every single curl and I'm very, very gently just pulling it apart. Now I'm going to shake out my curls a little bit, placing my hand right at my roots, and I'm very gently just shaking the hair. the difference is wild. And here we have the final look. This is why I love these products. It gives me the bounciest, most defined curls. They are perfection. And that finishes off both of my routines. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, you could shop all the products that I use today in both of my routines on the Holt Renfrew website at holtrenfrew.com and of course in store. Bye.